All right. Oh, just in time. Laura, you're just in time. I just hit record. All right, ladies, this is New Coach Camp Call on January 24th, 2017. So we today are going to talk a little bit about social media posting, like Canva graphics and the right pixels that you should use for your Facebook pages. And I'll tell you just a little disclaimer. I don't know if I'm not going to speak very confidently about it. I'm going to tell you what I've been taught. And I promise you that Charisse has let us know, because she's studied a little bit more of the social media stuff. She's worked with kind of someone that's helping her in that category. And so she's going to teach us a little bit more. So I'll do basics, like Basics 101. And then we'll review kind of inviting, especially like mass inviting to like when we have these sneak peeks and things like that. So that is what I have for you guys. And then if there's more time, we'll take more questions. So basically, I'm going to screen share and show maybe some of you guys, I think Lori has seen it already. After talking with Allison and a little bit with Charisse, I created this. So the question really is like, how come when you make a graphic or like a Facebook banner and we use something like Canva, which is supposed to be like the right dimensions, right? Well, how come it looks different if you look at it on the computer versus if you look at it like on your own personal Facebook page versus if it's a group that you're in charge of? So for what I have here, these are the directions, kind of the guidelines for creating your graphics, like your banners in Canva. I put this in a file in our Team Lips page. Did you guys all catch that?
Yes, I did.
So in the file section. Okay,
I did.
so
I haven't opened it yet.
no, yeah, and it might be edited. I don't know. This is just what Allison filled me in on today. I did hit record, right? Hopefully
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
okay. So Facebook page, I'm probably going to get myself confused. So your a Facebook page, if you have a like page, I think, I'm just going to clarify, you can set the pixels for your Canva banner to these dimensions, 851 by 315. If you have like a personal page, this is, I think, what we would do, 784 by 285, and then a group would be 810 by 450. And I'm just going to show you what I mean by that. I do not have a paid account for Canva. Some coaches do, but this is what I found. So if you log into your Canva account, in the past, what I did is there's like, you have these nice options here. So if you scroll down, that Canva sets these kind of preset options for you. So you have a Facebook event cover. That's a good one. You notice the pixels there, 784 by 295. So what would happen is if you use that one, which you could, it would look different on your phone than it would on your computer. And a lot of us are on our phones, so then the banners look funny. So for your Facebook event cover, you could use that. You could also use, she said this one, this one for like your personal page, 828 by 315. That's pretty close, right, to what we shared. 828 by 315. So this one's pretty close, the Facebook cover for like a personal page maybe. But what you can do is, do you see up here how it says use custom dimensions? Mm-hmm. So when I played around with, I have a graduate group, it's a Fit for Life group, kind of like a revolving door group. So if you wanted to create a banner for a Facebook group that you're running, if you click on use custom dimensions, see, none of these would necessarily work, none of these specific ones. If you click on use custom dimensions, then it becomes don't use. And then I just entered these numbers right here, 828 by 475. Where did I get that? that's not the right
Is
one.
that like a default maybe?
Bum, bum, bum. This is what she told me to do. 810, I thought, by 450. And when I did that, this is what I used to do the banner in my group. And then when it creates it, it's a little smaller. So there's the blank template. And you basically can create it this way. So click on whatever background you want to do and start creating. So do you see how it's a little more narrow? And I'll just show you what it looked like. Bum, bum, bum. Now see this, our Team Lips one, if you ever pulled that up on your phone, you would see you can't see the full thing. That's kind of what we're talking about. And then I think we're just trying to be consistent because coaches are asking how we're supposed to best do this. So in my Fit for Life group, I created the new banner. Now it looks kind of empty there, but on my phone it does look better. You see kind of more of that, you know, what's supposed to be there. I'll show you. So I think if you guys have questions, I'll probably confuse myself trying to answer them. We'll let Charisse teach us a little bit more. Can you see how it like fits in the window better?
Yeah.
It's a little better. So for a Facebook banner in a group, you could use the custom dimensions to that 810 by 450.
Jennifer, what's the difference between the page and a group? I know like event cover would be like for an event, but what's the difference between a Facebook page versus a Facebook group?
So like my Facebook page is Team NCC.
Okay.
So that banner would be different than when you are running a challenge group, the banner that you could create for your challenge group.
Okay. But
like
the page is like your master account, so to speak?
Yeah, or even your personal page. You could put a banner on your personal page, Pam.
Okay.
And I think that's what she said. You could use the Facebook cover. The dimensions might be pretty close.
Okay.
In your Canva graphics. But see, like I have some work to do because when you look at these, and I think it's just because everything is going to so much more mobile, you know, mobile viewing. You want it to look professional and not cut off. How's that? How's that for my not quite confident what I'm talking about? Pixel graphic question. Sandy, was that your question or no?
No, it wasn't my question. I did ask, and now I can't even remember what I was asking about, but I don't remember. I know I had asked about something, but it wasn't about graphics, I don't think. I was commenting on somebody else that was asking about it, and I said that, that I still have a lot to learn about graphics and taking good pictures and, you know, getting it to look like I want it to. And sometimes I've had to just get to the point where I just go with it only because I don't have any more time. And if I wait for it to be perfect, I would never post anything because half the time my pictures are dark just because my house has very little overhead lighting. It's mostly windows, and in the winter it's just kind of dark.
So that is, we can talk about that. That's a nice segue kind of from the Canva graphic stuff more to kind of reviewing the social media posts and the apps and things like that. So what I did was I pulled up, remember always you can go back into your academy. That should be where we go for almost all the questions we have. And Allie shares her most favorite apps. And this is in the file section, favorite apps of the file section. Basically, it's a lot of trial and error and a lot of just practicing. I don't use Fonto, but I do use Pick, Play, Post. That's kind of a fun one where you can put a picture along with a video or 2 videos. You can combine things. That one's kind of fun. Pick Tap Go is another one she talks about using. Pick Tap Go. I have that one on my phone. And Live Collage or Live Collage. Live Collage is one of my favorite one. So you almost have to like, for me, like I don't very much. I use this Live Collage. It just seems to be the easiest. I can put my picture in. It has a couple filters. I could put some words in and then add lighting to it. And that other one, that Pick Tap Go, that's another one that's really good to lighten up. Like, because I don't have good lighting in my house either. Can you see? I look yellow in my room because it's so dark in here. So Pick Tap Go is another one that you can fiddle with that allow you to add like different filters and lights to it. But it's done is better than perfect. And depending on where you're showing up, you know, if Instagram is more important for the pictures to be better, Facebook, you might have a little more, you know, your story's a little more important there. But for sure, you know, especially as you're new and learning, just put yourself out. I agree with what you're saying. Sometimes you just have to put it out there and you know it's not perfect, but it's done. And you post it on social media. Like, don't let that be what holds you back. For real, you can literally just use your phone. If you have iPhone, you don't have to use any apps. You can post right from your phone. You can actually crop the picture on your phone. You can, when you're on Facebook, you swipe. Did you guys realize that you could like give it a little edit right on your phone?
I just learned that this past week from my son because I would like to keep pictures of you know, your before and after pictures, and I would put them into Google Drive, and then I would go, oh, what's the date of that? So that little, what is that little suitcase on the bottom of an iPhone after you, when you look at your pictures, your photo, and then you click that little, and then you can you click that little mailbox. Yeah. And then you can write some text down there. And you can put, that's what I would put the date on there, and then the date would be on the bottom of my picture.
Really?
And then I put it into Google Drive, so then I can come back to it and going, okay, what is that picture for? Why did I
didn't even realize you could.
Those pictures I sent you of my before and afters, I had some dates on it. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can write words. My son, my 16-year-old told me about that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Can you say that again while I'm looking at my phone? Because I don't.
Yeah, I know, and I'm talking on my phone. But if you go to your photos, and then you pick a photo, and then you it says more, or there's like 3 dots.
Oh.
And then you click on that little suitcase, or is it a suitcase?
Oh, I see it. It says markup.
Yeah, markup. Yes. And then you could play around. You can put like words in there.
Oh, cool.
And then you can put
right. Look at that.
Yeah, and you can even like scroll. I was doing my personal development, and I took a picture of it, and I wanted to circle something to show, and you can even like.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Cool.
That's no app. That's just right on your iPhone.
Right on your phone.
Yeah.
You don't have to go find. You don't have to do that extra step. But
the other thing that I was saying is, even if you don't have a fancy app, if you go to where you're going to post, and you hit publish, and you put a picture in there, my timer's going off. So when you get the picture in there, see how there's an edit button in the top corner? You can hit edit, and it'll let you put filters. The filters come across the bottom. It'll let you crop. So you can literally, you know, maybe lighten up your picture or take out some of the background stuff right on the iPhone without having a special app. So that's something, you know, to keep in mind too. Okay. So fiddle. That's basic. Does that help, Sandy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else do we want to go over? So inviting. Let me make sure my rice is not burning. talk amongst yourself for
You're obviously sitting in your car, Sandy.
Yes, and actually, I think I'm going to turn it back on. So if it gets too loud, just tell me, because it's getting awfully chilly.
Yeah, I ran out at like 11 or 12, and like I came out an hour later, and it definitely dropped. It's foggy here at my house now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all good. Okay. Well, one other thing before we talk about inviting to challenge groups is always just like to do a friendly reminder, especially because new people come in. And I think it's helpful to remind you guys. In our Team Lips page, this is where you always ask all your questions. But remember that the file section has lots of good stuff for you. And what we would really like coaches to be doing, Pam, you're kind of ideally positioned for this if you want to. Teamwork makes the dream work. We started like table of contents for each tab of the new coach camp, inviting and challenge group. So
Okay.
You'll see, because a lot of times as you go along, you remember, what did I hear about that passive invite? What am I supposed to do about that? So you can always, and we even as the, upline coaches can go back to this and say, where was that video, or where did they talk to us about this? So what you'll notice is in all of the different tabs here, some of us have started putting basic little reminders about what we're talking about in each tab. So as you go through the new coach camp, when you're working on a certain tab, if something strikes you as important and you think this would be good to remember later on, you can, while you're taking your own notes, add it to our table of contents, and then you'll remember, oh yeah, okay, so in the third video of the Intro to Inviting tab, your coaches are working on their coach announcement, that kind of thing. Or there was so that's kind of my little plug about that. We can all be working on that. And then also in the photos section, there's a photo album that has basically just for you guys, just for the new coach campers, some important information that you might want to reference every now and then, including what do you do when you're super, super busy and you can't get it all done. That's all, just minimize what you do, okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so to talk about, and there's definitely, I know, been some conversations about what am I inviting to? Like, I know I'm supposed to be putting myself out there. I know I'm supposed to be sharing. I know I'm supposed to be connecting with people and inviting to people all the time. But what am I inviting to? Like, if my challenge group starts, the first week of the month, what am I inviting people to? And Allie did a really good, it was her coach charge. I'm not sure if you all saw that, but she just shared it. It was Sunday night's coach charge, where she basically broke down how she feels about inviting. And I think many of us and myself included, get caught up in like the management stuff or like the busy stuff of posting on social media and waiting for people to come to you, where she says like 80% of the time we need to be inviting. And so what are you supposed to invite to? The first thing you have to do is have a plan for what your own challenge groups are going to be. So if you need help with that, you work with your upline coach if you're not running groups alone yet. You know when your own challenge groups are going to run, and then you have this beautiful gift now of these sneak peeks. And we have a lot of options for sneak peeks now. We have Allie Upham's sneak peeks into coaching and challenge groups, and Amy Grasso is also running sneak peek into challenge group. That's actually happening right now in Team Insaniac. So there's always something to invite to. Allie kind of broke down her week of the month. Every single month, she knows what she has something to invite to. The very first week of the month, she's inviting to her challenge group. That's going to usually start about the 4th, 5th to the 9th, depending on when that first Monday of the month is. She gives herself the first week of the month to invite to her own challenge group. So she would put a passive invite out, passive mass social media, and then she's also private messaging people that first week to get them into their challenge group for that first week. The second week of the month, she's inviting to the sneak peek into coaching, which just happened, if you look at her calendar, last week on the 12th. So the second week of the month, you could be inviting into a coaching sneak peek. You're a new coach, you're not sure if you should be inviting to the sneak peek. You don't have to worry about not having confidence enough to do that, because the sneak peek run by your team of upline coaches is going to answer all the questions for you. So you can start even way before you may be confident enough to start inviting to these bigger events.
Jennifer, I have a question. Do you ever invite like discount coaches to like those coaching sneak peeks? Because I have a lot of, actually all of my coaches at this point, even the ones that said they wanted to work the business, they're basically all discount coaches. I don't have anyone, and you know, I also haven't pushed them really hard because I don't want to scare them away, but you know, I'll mention every once in a while, well, we really need to get into Team Thrive Academy. I'm still working through it. Let's work on it together. And like, I haven't gotten them to really do it at all. And then I have others who really have said, I just want to do it for the discount. Right. So at what point do you like even encourage those people to do like a coaching sneak peek? Or do you not? Do you just let them go?
I may ask once. I might ask a second time. It depends on how strong I have them on my heart. I mean, I have several ladies who I know are going to be good coaches someday, but they don't know it yet. And a lot of them is they don't have their confidence, and they're still on their own personal journey. So I ask them once, I ask them twice, but if they really say, in fact, it just happened to me last week. I know this lady, she should at least be a discount coach. And she's like, no, I don't need the discount. I'm like, okay. You know, so just ask them till they say no, and then you let them go. But however, I think this is a great opportunity for you to have, if they give you any kind of open door, or if you do you have all of your people in one place that you have like some people have like a graduate group where they keep their coaches, even their discount coaches.
Yeah.
You know, you could put something out there kind of passively like that and say, hey, there's the sneak peek. If you guys ever, you know, have an inkling on your heart to hear what it is we do, or even just to, you know, kind of see closer, no pressure, you know, just to kind of see what it's like. This offers you a great chance to kind of get that open door.
Okay. Yeah. But
this is big, you guys. Like, I remember even like 6 months into my coaching, I would be like, what is this? And what are they inviting to? What are people inviting to? Like, I didn't get the full process of it because I was just slow to get the whole thing and not that confident with the inviting. And now we have these things available to us where it's like they say, that third party, you don't even have to do the work. You don't have to worry about knowing all the answers. You can invite to these events like that. So, I mean, I say offer it to them with that clause at the end, like, if you say no, it won't hurt my heart. And then they can close the door and you can be like, okay, I asked.
Right.
Does that
I know, because some of them I really think, you know, I listen to where they're at and I think, oh gosh, coaching would be so great for you.
Yeah.
But that, you know, they don't really want to go there yet. So we'll see. And I don't want them to think that they have to do it exactly like I do it. Or, you know, right. Even some of them are, because of the way we ran our groups, they're in my groups, but they've wanted to stay with Charisse too. So they're in Charisse's groups too. And I think sometimes it can be intimidating when you see the way that people who have been doing it for a little while and you feel like, I could never do that. But, you know, they don't have to, but it's hard to like help them understand that. So
those are very wise words. Yep. They have to be ready. And then I just say, you know, keep showing up for you, keep showing up for them. And if it, you know, I then kind of bring my faith in and say, you know, just pray on it for a while. And if it's right, then you'll feel that it's right. And I would love to have you, you know, it's always here for you. So that was very good. So then just to kind of finish up the third week, like if somebody maybe didn't get in your coaching sneak peek, you could still be maybe sharing. Allie has that great resource. It's a recorded webinar of hers. It's called jointeamthrive.com. And that's like a 35-minute webinar recording that you can share. I've shared that several times with people. So you have that as an option too, in case someone missed that sneak peek or didn't catch all the videos. That week 3, you're still kind of sharing the coaching business. Of course, you could be inviting to a challenge group at that week also. You always can be inviting people to your challenge groups. Then week 4, she'll invite to her sneak peek into the challenge groups, and then the cycle just kind of continues. So planning is important, knowing when your groups are going to start, when these sneak peeks are going to start. That sort of always gives you something to be inviting to. But you have to be having the conversations every day to have people to like get to that point of having an invite open door. Right?
Right.
How many groups does she run at one time, do you think? Or how many groups do you run at one time?
Challenge groups?
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for Allie. I pretty much run one a month.
Okay.
There's been times I've run 2. I need an assistant for that.
Yeah.
But then a lot of times what it'll be is my 30-day group will be running, and then we'll do like in February, we're going to do the free group.
Right.
So usually that's a teamwork, combined effort, but so 1, usually 2 sometimes, or 1 always. I always have 1 challenge group running. I also have my graduate group running.
Your graduate group, correct? In addition to your graduate group? Yeah.
Can you repeat it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is 1 challenge group in addition to your graduate group? Okay.
Yeah. So
and how often do you post in your graduate group?
Lori, what do you think? I don't have a schedule for it.
I think it's daily. I've seen maybe 2 times a day.
In my Fit for Life group?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. It may be just something simple like a little graphic or a Tasty Tuesday.
Okay.
But,
so I don't schedule. I should have a schedule for my graduate group. These ladies, my discount coaches and my working coaches, actually, I think make it look like there's more activity. Lori posts there regularly for me. Trisha will post there often. And I've got a couple really active people there's activity all the time.
Okay.
I show up there every day, like I answer, I respond, that sort of thing. But I don't necessarily have like a scheduled thing that I share. I'll share my passive invites there, when I have one coming up. Thank you, Lori. You made me feel better.
Yeah, because I usually see something in there.
Yeah.
So what is a graduate group? Is that people that have been through 1 challenge group and they're just continuing on? Is that what that means?
Pretty much. Some coaches call it like a revolving door. There's a lot of different ways to run things, but what we know is after a 30-day group, people are not done with their journey. They're not even done after 60 days, So the format that we're using right now uses Allie's posts. She's given us like 30 days of really, it's what you're seeing right now.
Right.
That's hers. After a second month, when you've kind of seen it already, then it's boring. So for those people at that point, I will transition them into my Fit for Life group. And that way, at least I feel like I can, whether or not they participate, I feel like I'm keeping some kind of a tab on them. I know they can maybe see, what I'm sharing. And they have to, it's got to be on them at some point. They know how to reach me,
Okay.
So, yes, I'm sure you'll be added to that after you graduate, Pam.
Is there a ceremony?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but sometimes I forget about that because I'll post in my personal page and then I'm going, oh, then Jenny will say, why didn't you put that in here? And I'm, oh, duh, I could. I forget.
Yeah. Well, I have too many groups. That's why.
Yeah.
Anything else, ladies? I think we have like 8 minutes left before we'll be kicked off. Sandy went quiet or something.
This, the sneak peek into challenge groups starting to Thursday. We should start inviting today or tomorrow, or not. I don't want to be too early and not too late.
Yeah, we can. Actually, I was, I had a little more to talk about with that. Are you back?
I'm back. Sorry, I hope you didn't have to listen to all that. My daughter just called and said, "Are you here somewhere?"
Oh, no, you were like still. We couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get back to kind of finishing up. So this week on Thursday is her sneak peek into challenge groups. I have a passive invite. I actually put it on Instagram already, but I'm going to post it on Facebook tonight at 9. So here is, and this is just Allie's recommendation for some ways to invite to a sneak peek, her sneak peek. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so I'm going to show you the process. So basically what you can do is create a passive invite, which is putting yourself out there, letting people know that you're going to be having this sneak peek. I'll show you guys what I did. Oh, I hope I can see it on here. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay, so one of my scheduled posts, this is what I have going to go tonight. So I made my graphic in Live Collage, and it says, I think it says, let's do coffee. I can't see the picture. Okay, so this is my passive invite. I've got this group coming up. Do you guys want to come inside? Let's have coffee and join us. What do you have to lose? So I got that ready to go tonight. The passive invite is one thing that you can do. The next thing that you do is you go to the event itself, which we actually, Teresa's usually the one that shares these things into our Lips page. You go to the event itself. We'll help you find it. We'll put it inside the Lips page today. And you click that you're going. So Pam, you could do this.
Okay.
Or you should do this. And Sandy, hopefully you will do this. You go into whatever the event is and you click going. That way it shows up in Facebook and like other people's newsfeed that Jennifer Neesett is going to the Team Thrive Sneak Peek into coaching. So that's one kind of little marketing tip. The next thing I do is I go to share and I invite friends right from this page. I invite people who I've been having conversations with, who have given me some kind of an open door. Like, what is it that you're doing? I would love for you to help me reach my goals. So you literally type in the people here that you want to invite and you click send invite. What I do right from there, right after I do that, is I go into Messenger and I send a message to whoever I invited, a personal message, something like, hey lady, you're gonna see in your Facebook notifications that I just invited you to this sneak peek. I know we've been talking about maybe helping you with your health and fitness goals. These challenge groups are how we do that, and I would love for you to take a look at this group with me. Don't worry, you don't have to be live all day, but some coaches are going to be sharing their stories and answering questions, and you can watch it when you have time. If now's the time, I'd love for you to be part of this. If not, it won't hurt my heart. And then that's kind of the full process of how you invite someone to a challenge group sneak peek or the coaching sneak peek. The process is the same. Put your passive invite out there if you want. Go into the event, click that you're going, send your personal invites to the people that you have been talking to, and then send them a private message right after that. How's that, Lori?
That sounds good. I have a question. If you have someone that you've been talking to and you invited them to the last challenge group and they clicked joined, now I don't know if I can go back and see if they actually watched the videos, but would it be okay to remind them, hey, there's this new challenge sneak peek again, in case you didn't get a chance, would you like to, there's another opportunity.
Yeah.
So you've invited them before, but you're not really sure, they joined, but you're not really sure if they actually watched the videos. Okay.
I mean, if you never followed up with them after last month because of whatever reason,
yeah,
and you're not sure if they saw, but if they're still kind of showing up for you, like reading your stuff or commenting on your stuff, and still kind of giving you that open door, then I think you could say, hey, I know we tried this last month and maybe you didn't get to catch it all, but it's coming around again. And if you'd like to give it another try, you can, I'd love for you to join. I think you could.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's good.
Nope. Sandy's driving. And Pam, do you have anything else? I think we're pretty
I know
close.
we're just about out of time, it looks like, but I guess just go back into those Facebook areas to find like maybe samples of these sneak peeks from past times. Would they be there?
They won't be there because they close after the event is over. However, it's all in your comfort zone, okay? I think what you should do is join this event.
Okay. And then
and maybe invite your daughter.
Okay.
Like invite, because she's going to sign up anyways, like invite somebody to join it, and then you can kind of see what it's like. You can always invite people. This event, it stays open for like 7 days.
Okay.
So as you're getting into the inviting tab and you're learning how to do this, if you have someone that you might want to invite, you could even invite them like, hey, I know the event isn't live anymore, but you could watch these videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I had some conversations last night with somebody, and she's like, yeah, I've been wanting to find out more, but I'm head out the door. And I'm like, okay, I'll reach back with you later kind of thing. You
could absolutely invite them to this group. And once you click that you're going in the group, she has, or actually that's probably on a different page. I'll write myself a reminder note to do that too. Like, she has a little video that kind of tells her coaches what to do when you are a coach that has coaches in there. But you and I can talk more.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ladies, that's all for today. Thank you for being on with me this afternoon.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Good reminder. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you, Landy, or whatever, Sandy. Lori.
Bye, Pam. Nice to meet you. Bye, Lori.
Bye-bye.